Hello, everyone. I'm Lopi Clint. Welcome to Late Night Meditation. As always, it's great to be here online with all of you, whether you're watching from Zoom, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. So, hello again. Hi, T. Hi, Art. Hello, Dad. Hello, Bay. Thanks for joining here on Zoom. Hello, Lisa and Stacy on YouTube, and everyone watching on Facebook and Twitch. And of course, oh, hello, Sue. Thanks for saying hi on YouTube. As of course, on Facebook, if you're watching, I'm streaming to several pages at once, so if you don't see my face at the top corner, very likely I cannot see your comment right now, but I'll always go back and reply, as you all know. So, how's everyone doing? I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. I know I did. I had a pretty good weekend. As we got to, well, I got to go into the city yesterday, last night. It's been a while that I got to go into the city at night. Not very often, but it was a lot of fun. I got to take some night pictures, which I'll get to show you guys on Friday, as Friday's always our nighttime theme. Hello, Ivy. Thanks for saying hi on YouTube. So, I hope you all have been doing your homework. For those who are new, the homework is whatever you're doing, have relaxation and awareness. It's a great way to help you. Excuse me. It's a great way to help you practice meditation outside the meditation hall. Ah, hello, Alana. Thanks for joining in. So, as we practice together, remember that meditation is about slowing down. Take your time. Not force, not push. The thing is, it's actually better to know just simply the basics of meditation than to know what everything's supposed to happen after. The reason for this is because when you know what's supposed to happen, while it is nice to know, the problem is because you know, what happens is you start to anticipate. You start to expect it to happen. You want it to happen, and then it's not happening. And you're like, it's not working the way that you said it would. The reason is because of that expectation, that anticipation, that trying to make it happen is what's slowing you down, what actually stops you. So just remember the basics. That's why whenever I lead retreats, I always tell everyone, we have one rule. Everyone's 5 years old. This is something that my master would tell us. Imagine you're like a child, young and no experience, no anything, just simply experiencing it, enjoying it. And that's how we do with meditation. It's not us expecting it to happen this way. It's not us planning it out. Instead, it's taking our time to be here and now and just experience. When our mind is calm, the calm comes faster. If our mind's still moving, it's okay, the calm comes slower. It's still happening. But it's all about taking your time to slow down. And hello, Pat. Thanks for joining in. So, as always, for Mondays and Wednesdays, I let you guys decide how much instruction would you guys like. If you're brand new to meditation, maybe you want level 1, like every single step, and that's totally fine. Maybe you want level 2 if you kind of know what you're doing, but you'd like a lot of instruction. Or maybe level 3, a bit more moderate. Or level 4, long silence. And for those who like long silence, level 4 is always on Fridays. So, go ahead and type into the chat or show me with your fingers. Okay, so far I see a 3, a 2, 2 to 3. Okay, flexible, very nice. That's always good when you're able to be flexible in your meditation. Okay, all right, got another 3. Also, hello, Mom. Thanks for joining in. Okay, all right, got lots of 3s today. It looks like our viewers in general like 3 now, which is understandable. It's a bit more moderate, not too much, not too little. Okay. All right. Then also for those watching the reruns or the replay, feel free to type into the comments. I always go back and reply, and then I put it into our next video. So I do take your suggestions in consideration. Okay. Oh, all right. So we got more 3s. Hello, Zoya. Thanks for joining in. Okay. Then for today, we'll have it as level 3. And like I told you guys before, these are not levels of difficulty. It's just how much I will speak during meditation. That way, to help guide you in, help you in, and then enjoy the peace. So, Is everyone ready for some meditation? Okay, then let's get into our perfect position, as I like to call it, because it's perfect for you. And once you're ready, gently close your eyes. Take in a deep breath. Breathe in the cool, calm, relaxing air. And breathe out all your worries, thoughts, and responsibilities. Just take your time to release and relax. As we know, the first step is relaxation. For us to allow our body to be comfortable, to be at ease. And remember, relaxation cannot be forced. You must take your time. Allow it to happen naturally, relaxingly. And you don't have to rush. Take your time. We are learning to slow down, not to rush. The only thing we might want to have quickly are the benefits of meditation. But the way to get them quickly is to slow down. It sounds counterintuitive, but it's because the benefits happen naturally when you finally stop, when you slow down, when your mind is no longer wandering so much. And it takes time. So don't expect it to happen just like that. We practice. We start to slow down little by little. And that's why we practice as often as we can. I recommend at least daily. A little bit a day can go a long way. And then when you have time to come together here, then we can spend this hour to meditate together. A short break, a mini vacation for your body and your mind. And some people who have never meditated or never meditated properly may feel like meditation is just a waste of time, sitting there doing nothing. But there are plenty of things that we do which may seem like a waste of time, but are actually very beneficial. Resting. Sometimes people think resting is a waste of time because you're not doing anything. But in truth, while you might not be doing something physically, your body is healing. You're giving yourself time to heal. Even when we sleep, sleeping is not a waste of time. We need it so we can heal, even for our cognitive functions. And meditation is another thing that we actually need. Time for a mind to be quiet. While some may say, you can get that from sleep. Not necessarily. For example, I'm sure you've all had this experience before, where you go to sleep a full 8 hours or more, but when you wake up, you feel more tired than before you went to bed. How is that? Your body is rested, for sure, but your mind was still working overtime. So when your mind is tired, even though your body is rested, your whole being, your whole self, feels tired. And that's why we practice. You don't need to become a monk to be able to use meditation. Using meditation to help us quiet the mind, even if it's just for a little while, can be very beneficial. So let yourself rest. Relax your body, relax your mind, and take your time. You deserve this mini vacation. A nice little break to help you refresh, recharge, rejuvenate. That way, you can get back to whatever you're doing, get back to enjoying life. Many times in work, you can be stressful due to problems that arise. And that's true with life. Problems will arise almost always. Not always very consistent, which is a good thing. But sometimes it's just there. My master always taught us, calm your mind, clear your mind first. When your mind is calm and clear, you'll start to see what that problem truly is. It is simply a strand of hair blocking the view of a mountain. In other words, it's not really a problem at all, but we focus so much on it that it becomes a problem. And then as we take a step back from that problem, even if it's actually a little bit of a problem, because your mind's more calm and clear, you take a step back to see the entire view, and then you find the answer that just happened to be right out of view. The benefits of meditation are so great. It's unfortunate that not many people do this yet. But little by little, first, we help ourselves, and we're able to keep our calm. Then we can start to share with others. But just like the old saying, you can take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. In the end, we can always invite friends to meditate. But in the end, it's up to them whether they will take that first step or not. We can be there like the cool water, ready for a drink, but we don't need to drown them. So take your time, relax your body, relax your mind. When you allow yourself to do just these two things, little by little, your mind will start to do everything else automatically. Your mind will start to center. It will go to a certain point in your body, comfortably, relaxingly. Your meditation object might become more clear, easier to see, and that feeling of peace will grow inside you. But allow it to happen at your own pace. The more you rush, the slower it happens. Take your time. San Mo Arham San Mo Arham. San Mo Arham. Now, let us continue in silence, letting our mind be calm, clear, and peaceful. Now, let us begin spreading loving kindness. Spreading loving kindness is like spreading out your heart, sending out good intentions to all beings. So let us visualize our object as we have been doing, and imagine that your object becomes crystal clear, clean, and bright. And at the center of your object, there is a bright light. This light is very special. All those who touch this light are instantly happier, healthier, and more at peace. So we let this light illuminate our bodies, filling our body with light. Then let this light shine out from you, filling the room. Let this light spread far and wide, filling the city and the surrounding city. Filling the state or province and the surrounding states or provinces. Filling the country and the surrounding country, until filling the entire world, and now throughout the universe. Thinking of our loved ones, our family, our friends, our close and distant relatives, our co-workers, acquaintances, all the people you know, and all the people you don't know, to all sentient beings, all the animals in this world, and even thinking to the heavens, to our friends and relatives who have passed away, wishing well for every one of them. And as we are spreading loving kindness, let us make this wish together, for us all to be happy, healthy, wealthy, successful, to gain wisdom, attain enlightenment, for world peace. Let us take a moment to make our own good wishes. He Buddha Parapata Pacheka Nanjayang Palang Arahanta Nanjate Jenarakam Pantami Sapaso Sapaputanupavena Sapatamanupavena Sapasankhanupavena Saddha Soti Pavantu Te. And now, very gently and at your own pace, opening your eyes. Take your time as we slowly come back. You can take in a few deep breaths, do a little stretch if you'd like, as we slowly come back. How is everyone feeling? Take a moment to notice how you feel right now, now that we finished the meditation. Sometimes it's a good session, sometimes an almost good session. Both are good. Notice that difference. Sometimes it's very subtle, sometimes like night and day. Allow yourself to experience that. And then reminding yourself, how can I do it again? Pretty much remembering the steps to get to that point is important. Not so much the feeling. The feeling is nice to remember, so you know that you're there. But it's more important to know how you got there. And it's all about practice, repetition, being able to do it more often. So, for today's wisdom is a nice review, the 4 C's, quite literally how we get better. Because first, we need to have comfort and consciousness, which is the first 2 steps, relaxation and awareness. And we need those 2 things consistently. As in, they are like your railroad tracks to success. If they're not equal, they're not parallel, the train can't move forward. It must slow down because it's not the way it's supposed to be. And then, even if our angles are way off, little by little, we start to adjust it, get closer and closer, and then we inch forward, little by little. Still better than not moving at all, or worse, moving backward. Okay? And then we consider taking that time to notice or really check and see what worked, what didn't work. This is how we continue to get better. The things that worked, all right, let's try and do that again. Things that don't work, okay, let's try to stay away from that. And it's all about taking that time to experience and realize, oh, this works or not. Sometimes you might feel like something's working at first. Like, you keep doing it, and you're like, so you realize, it's not quite. And that's okay. That happens to me a lot too. So, as you practice, don't feel bad if you end up going a direction that seems like it's not quite working. The good thing is now you know, then you adjust. And sometimes even the things that used to work for you might not work as well anymore. It's like your mind has adjusted more. So for example, like my monk friend who said his mantra was what the heck, what the heck. It's quite harsh, isn't it? Now, as his mind became more calm, it wasn't so harsh. It was more peaceful. It was more like, sabai, sabai, take it easy, It started to adjust to that. So adjust to you. Allow yourself to make that adjustment. You'll start to see that some tools that worked before were great because your mind was at that point and needed it like that. And then eventually, I'm able to feel that calm and not need to use something like that. All right? In a way, it's kind of like how they use boot camp for the naughty kids. It's kind of a shock and scare to kind of get them to let go of that pretend wall of hardness, and then suddenly they start to realize and open up. And that's pretty much what it is. It's us adjusting until we're able to do it just fine. All right? So I hope you all keep up your practice. Okay, so now I open the floor to you all if anyone has any questions. Also, let me say hello. Let's see, I saw more people come in. Hello, Wisasa. Hello, Go, Ritu. Hello, Anusha. Thanks for joining in. Also, I saw Hakuso and Nokeo on YouTube. Thank you for joining in. Oh, and Nolan. All right, saying grateful. All right, so for the first question on YouTube, as always, hello, Hakuso. He says, how can someone get out of a feeling like everything they need to do is daily? Everything need to do daily. Oh, okay, like that feeling of you have to do everything every day, and even though it's important, but that way it doesn't feel like it's boring or pointless. Yes. So just like the homework, relaxation and awareness. In this case, relaxation can also be looking for the purpose, looking for the benefit of it. Just like how I share with you guys, like taking out the trash. How can we have relaxation and awareness? The awareness is obvious. We have to pay attention to us pulling out the trash. Otherwise, too fast, mess, right? So by taking that time to think of the benefit, what is it that I'm doing? Oh, I take out the trash. It no longer stinks in here. Uh, Now the dirtiness is going to be thrown outside. It won't grow into bacteria. It won't be harmful to myself and my family. Start looking for these benefits in the little things that you do every day, because I'm sure a lot of the things that feel tedious or chores, the work that we do, even sometimes work that is important. You know it's important, but you do it every day, and you're like, the feeling of importance just kind of dies down. Even like meditation, the feeling of, oh, I gotta go meditate. I know I have to meditate, but I gotta meditate, right? So that's why it's that adjustment. Monks have that happen where they meditate every day, and then it just feels like it's just a chore. Where even even in our main temple, I remember some of the high level monks told me about it. There was a group of a group of monks in our main temple. Our monks come various backgrounds, so since we have a satellite channel at our in our temple to share wisdom all the time, sadly it's mostly in Thai. There's like 2 hours in English, and it's English subtitles. But anyways, so since they're out there, there are some monks who are working on animations to help people understand, like they'll make an animation of what heaven looks like, or what hell looks like, this and that, like just kind of little things to help people go, oh wow, or sometimes just helping in the storytelling of explaining different things. So while they're working on it, and it's very, very tedious, it's also very, very meticulous. All the work is very detailed. So they start to kind of stress out from the work, just like everyone else when you're working and you're working hard. And then they try to meditate, but then the meditation ends up feeling tiring also because they think of it as a chore. And then those high level meditators, they said, hey, you guys, remember meditation is a mini vacation. It's a time for us to rest. It's not work. They're like, oh, it's funny hearing a monks telling it to monks, but this is true. Even we forget sometimes, especially when you do it every day. So yes, even those things that are important that we do every day, start to do our best to enjoy them. That's why the homework that I help summarize from the 10 homeworks from my master: relaxation and awareness in everything you do. That way you can have that relaxation, have that calmness in the things that you have to do. And it changes from you have to do to I get to do, or at least I enjoy doing. Okay? All right. Thank you, Hagazo. Good question. Okay. All right. One more on YouTube. Lisa says, how do I stop being sad for the things I don't have and be more grateful for what I do have? This one is a mindset. The thing is, yes, we will have the thing, or the things that we want to have that we don't have right now. That is like a goal. It's something in the future. But even though we have a goal in the future, it doesn't mean we can't be happy until we reach the goal, right? So instead, think of it as the things that we don't have yet are the goal in the future. Okay, eventually I have that. But right now I have this. Thank you, this thing that is helping me get to where I need to go. Because it's just like, it's very much like what my master had once talked about during meditation. He said it's like, let's say you're in the middle of the ocean and you need to be able to float, right? So you grab onto anything, and there happens to be like, uh, let's say there's a log. Oh, great! You grabbed onto a log. You have something to hold on to, or maybe something like that. So you're lucky. You have a log. You hold on to that. But while you're drifting around, maybe you're lucky, and then there's a raft. A wise person would get onto the raft, right? Not stay on the log. And then not only that, they let go of the log, leave it all, because now they're on the raft. And then, but you know the raft is not very sturdy. Then, you're lucky a boat just happens to float by. You get on the boat, right? You wouldn't just stay on the raft, and you would let go raft. This is the experience. This is the experience. It's that we use what we have because it's the thing that we have right now, and then we're still moving for the goal up forward. When it happens that we're able to have it, great. But instead of being sad that we don't have it yet, it's like if you're on the log going, I don't have a boat, right? We're surviving with the thing that we have at that moment. So it's the thing that helps us so that we're able to move on to the next thing. So this is just something that one of my master had taught. It was a lesson that he taught during meditation. Okay, thank you for your question. All right, here on Zoom, Ilana says, how important is the position for meditation? Okay, great question. Another good one. So with meditation, when it comes to meditation, first off, the position is not that important in the beginning. Why I say this is because many people focus too much on how you look, and then you end up losing any kind of peace. That's why I usually say meditation is for inner peace, not Instagram. Okay? Like you can take meditation photos and they're beautiful, but it doesn't mean you have to hold on to it. Or you don't have to try to be like that the whole time. When it's time to meditate, it's for inner peace, not how you look. So just be comfortable first. When you're comfortable, you're flexible, you're able to sit, great. You're able to sit cross-legged, wonderful. Because sitting on the floor cross-legged is the most balanced way to sit. It tends to make it easier to sit for a long time if you're flexible and strong. Uh, well, strength and flexibility need to go together. That's another lesson another day. But the position itself does not matter too much. Feel comfortable first. Even I'm sitting cross-legged on a chair. Because if I sit on the floor, the camera's too low or the camera's too high. So, yeah, adjust to what feels comfortable first, okay? Thank you very much. Okay, back to YouTube. Oh, hello, BB. Thanks for joining in. And Isaac's asked a question. He says, I feel as of the consistent calm with our daily routines innately supports the moments for change and shifts in routine. Yeah, you're right. Because when you have that calm, you're able to absorb and realize, oh, it's time to make that adjustment. Very good. Thank you, Isaac. Okay. Oh, Price someone had a question here. How does one deal with constant challenging different health issues? Ah, that one is heavy. Okay. The thing is, when you have health issues, one thing that's important is to have that strong will or really have that faith in yourself that you can keep on getting better. It's when you have the will to live, you will continue to get better. You'll still have that ability to have that optimism to keep going. But if you feel down, it's okay to feel down. But what I mean is if you're always down to the point where you give up, it will only go south from there. So it's definitely not easy. It requires peace of mind. So we do our best to find peace in the little things, little by little. But even though it's serious, try to get light as best as you can. It's not easy, and I know it's not easy. So that's what I share with you. And continue to work on it. Good luck. Okay. All right, Anusha has a question. How do you bring meditation into practice to make it more consistent? Ah, okay, with this one, for consistent practice in meditation, I recommend having 15 minutes a day as a way to start. Having a daily practice is what makes us gain peace faster, or at least be able to gain the benefits easier. So, a daily practice, and it shouldn't be too long. It doesn't need to be long. That's what I mean. If you're able to set a whole hour to meditate every day, wonderful. But some days you only have 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Do what you can. The important thing is quality over quantity. So how I would do it to help you make more consistent, practice before going to bed. This is a good time because you're not going to do anything after anyway. So if you just, that's actually why I created this program, late night meditation. I'm in the East Coast and it's 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. here. So it's pretty late for most people. So after the meditation, you feel okay, release, relax, go to sleep. Right? That's the point. It's a way to help us release and relax. That way, before you go to bed, since there's nothing after you just going to bed, you can quite literally doing it laying down if you want. And just remember how we did it during meditation. The body scan, relax every part of your body. Allow yourself to just start to let go of everything else. And then, just stay in that relaxed state. And then it's okay if you fall asleep and wake up the next day. No problem. That's a good way to start. And when you have time where you can sit up, even better. It makes it easier to keep that balance. Okay. Thank you for your question, Anusha. Okay. Oh, Pat's asking, when is the next new moon meditation session? Yes, I forget to keep posting the poster. The next one is on November 1st. It's a Friday night, so I'll show you the poster of everything. Um, so it's a Friday night. It's quite literally the Friday after Halloween. So uh, I'll also be leading it at Regina, Canada. So I'll fly over there that morning actually. I'll be flying over to I think it's Saskatchewan province, and then I'll be there at a friend temple. I'll be there for their Katina ceremony. They invited me to go help out, and so then that morning I'll be there, and then that night will be new moon, and I'll be in their temple. So it's November 1st. Thank you for your question. Oh, hello Gaia, saying hi on YouTube. How to understand the spiritual meaning of disappointments and when people's let you down? Okay. Well, when it comes to disappointment in general, okay, the disappointment happens because of how you feel about that thing. And usually disappointment means you had expectation. So just like in meditation, how we say no expectations, I've learned this firsthand. By having expectations on others, it continues to make us feel unhappy because most people cannot reach the expectation we think they should have. You should have some expectation. For example, if you have someone do a job for you, they're a plumber, they're doing this and that for you. Well, you expect them to at least get the job done to a certain degree, or if they can't do it, they can refer you to someone who can, right? So you do have some kind of expectation there. But when it comes to just work in general, or even just people and how they are, it's better not to have not hold expectations onto others too much. The only person you can truly have expectations on is yourself, because you can only control you. So if we look at it as karma, it could have been in another lifetime we made them feel disappointed, and then that kind of disappointment comes back again. But in general, it's mostly us. That feeling of, why aren't they doing it like this? I used to feel this way. Why aren't they like this? Why can't they do this? Why aren't they? It was always about everyone else. Why aren't they doing it the way it should have been? Then I started to erase and go back to myself and go, no, why am I feeling that they have to do this? We don't have the same experiences. I was fortunate that I know more things at a young age. But it's not their fault they don't know. So share with them. Oh, hey, I noticed you did it this way. There's an easier way to do it, and you can share with them in a nice way too, not condescending either. So this is where it's mostly us. It's our own expectation, that feeling of why can't they make it. Start to try and notice how you feel whenever this happens again, and then start to go back to, why am I feeling that they should reach that? Like if you taught them, like as a teacher, for example, when you're teachers and you have students and you expect them to at least get a certain degree, you're doing your best. You want them to succeed, of course. In this case, then you see that they don't reach it. It's okay. Then now you know how to help push forward. Like if you're in the place where you can help guide and teach or share knowledge or share wisdom, do so as nicely as you can. But if you're not, don't have too much expectation. Let it go as best you can. Okay? All right. Oh, Anusha has another one. Do you have any Sanskrit renditions that you practice and recommend that are so beautiful to hear? Where they derive from? Oh, this one, unfortunately, I don't. Uh, one, I unfortunately cannot read Sanskrit, and for example, the blessing at the end is in Pali, ancient language, and we use that as a blessing at the end of meditation. We use the blessings, but unfortunately, I don't actually know too much to know that one. But thank you for your question. In general, if you'd like to hear there are many beautiful chanting in general. Many. Oh, one of them is the loving kindness chant. They've even turned it into a song. It's quite beautiful. Sometimes they play during full moon. I don't know if they're still doing it. Yeah, I wasn't on last time, so I didn't get to hear it. But yeah, that's a beautiful one that I would recommend. Okay. All right. All right. Oh, A lot of questions today. Okay, we're a little bit over the time, but it's okay. All right, another question from Isaac. For the first time in my life, I've been introduced to my best friend losing her mother. How can I bring light to her in this time? Hmm, that is really sad. Oh. So, one thing is being there for them, to be able to hang out, to be able to be that emotional support, to sometimes simply just being around, being together, or being there to just there to talk and try to bring some peace or at least some little bits of happiness back. The thing is, if they were already a meditator, I would recommend meditation as well as spreading loving kindness. As one thing that Buddhists do is when we lose a loved one, we make merit, we do goodness, and then we dedicate that goodness to them. For example, going to your church, your temple, and making a donation. It doesn't need to be huge. It can be a donation and putting it in their name, thinking of them. During meditation, when we spread loving kindness, sending that good energy wherever they are so that they can receive this energy and be more at peace. Another one is any act of kindness that you do, thinking of them, dedicating that goodness to them. In Buddhism, we believe that when you do that, it's like there's an invisible connection to them, where you send that good energy to them, and they see you and go, "Oh, my son, my daughter, oh my grandchild," something like that. They think back, "Oh, it's so nice." It's a way of keeping connected. Okay, all right. So I hope you all, yeah, share that goodness and my condolences to your friend. Okay. Oh, Makada says hugs for everyone. Okay, though, one more then. Makada says, can the Buddhist teachings transcend the language barrier? Most can if you're able to explain it in the root or true meaning. Uh, Sometimes language, due to how language works, uh, there are some words that mean a certain thing, and then in a different time, it no longer means that, and then it has another meaning to it. It can become a little bit confusing. So, for example, uh, some some of the things that are in the precepts, some people will say, "Oh, well, that seems like, for example, I'm not allowed to touch women. I'm not allowed to touch the opposite sex." And it's not because women are like horrible or anything like that. It's because, as we know, as a meditator, how our mind wanders. So as a monk, I'm celibate. I don't have sexual intercourse. I don't get married. At least in a Theravada tradition. So because of this, to help us keep that celibacy and keep our mind away from that, we actually get away from the physical touch because physical touch makes it easy to feel all this. And there's a lot of, we can go back and forth about it, but this is the main reason, at least why, because it easily brings it back. So by hearing this today, people were like, "What?" It feels weird because that's, well, you can kind of get it. Not, it's also because people in that time, they didn't normally touch, right? Only lovers touched, family touched. That was it. Think ancient Asian cultures. I remember even like old Chinese dramas where the guy just happened to touch the cheek of the girl. Oh, you need to get married now. Like what? That's it, right? It wasn't even a big deal. Like, so if we look at the whole core of it, it's more so helping the mind of the monk, so the monk will be able to keep his purity as best he can, because we're human too, and defilements are in us too. Lust can be there too. We're not angels. We're doing our best, right? So that's actually why the Buddha taught it that way, and he told us this way. But it's this is why the teachings. It's all up to the practitioner and if they truly understand it or not. Otherwise, it can be easily misunderstood. Suddenly, this rule, it sounds sexist. It sounds like, oh, well, women are bad, right? No, not at all. And a lot of the teachings to the monks, you have to think of it like a father teaching their son. And then the teachings that he had for the Piksuni, the lady monks, it's like a father teaching their daughter. Like when you teach your son, be aware of the women. They're gonna do this or that. You talk to your daughter, beware of the men, they're going to mess with you. Right? That's how you would teach your kids, to help them be careful. So this is the main thing. It's not, uh, it's easy to misinterpret. And there are many scholars who actually do misinterpret, because there's actually, I don't remember the name, but there's one person he's considered the highest scholar of the Buddhist Tripitaka, like the Buddhist scriptures, and he's not Buddhist. He doesn't believe it at all. He's the one who knows every single detail. He doesn't believe it. Doesn't practice it. He just knows it as information. Isn't that funny? So that's the thing. Buddhism, the teachings are only worthwhile if you practice them. When you put them into practice, that's when you get the full benefit and realize, oh, this is great. And this is very true with all religions, because they all teach good things. It's just when we start to pinch it or skew it and try to make it about us and them, or something like that. Really, just us and them is already a big problem. That's where it starts to make a divide between people. So, you know, look at the deep rooted meaning. It's not my religion's better than yours. It's not like that. It's, this is my way that I find peace. Let's do it our way to be at peace together. That's actually what religion teaches. So, yeah. Can the teachings transcend? They can, if you practice and you know what it truly means. All right. Thank you all for your questions. It looks like we should have a question session where we just like hang out and just chat. But for now, before we go, I'd like to give you all a blessing. May you all be blessed with happiness, good health, wealth, success in your lives. May you be surrounded by good friends who will always guide you into light, in times of darkness and in times of need. And when you close your eyes to meditate, may you attain inner peace easily and quickly in every lifetime. So thank you again, everyone. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you're watching from. And remember, a smile a day keeps the stress away. So everyone, keep smiling. Let's brighten up the world together. So for everyone on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, see you guys next time. For those on Zoom, feel free to stay longer if you'd like to chat. So take care, everyone. Good night.